Feel your breath, in breath and out breath. Sometimes if I hold the mic, but just one hand, you can see it's like this. So I keep changing. So I hope that in a nervous situation, and I just keep breathing. So it's a chance for us to breathe together, but to be in one place. And I don't know, I just have a feeling this morning when I came to the sitting, it's so peaceful. Yeah. I think it's a collective energy. Everybody's energy is so peaceful, and so calm. It's so different from a family retreat with children around. So we will take a moment to breathe together while we listen to 3 sounds of the bell together. Sometimes that we are dreaming, but we don't realize it. We just look forward, say, what will happen tomorrow? And the sentence from our teacher is, no, don't dream. Today is a precious day. Somehow that we work a lot, especially for those in the hospital and the clinic and pharmacy. And somehow it's hard to see the sunshine, right? Yeah. So it's maybe today, or maybe from this retreat, we learn to look at the sunshine on the leaves. Can you see? Can you feel how beautiful the cloud is? It's so different shapes. And blue sky, and sometimes it's very cloudy, but they are still beautiful. It's not, it's learn to recognize it, not in the intellectual way. And the practice, when I came to the practice, I felt more than I think. And the Zen master said, whenever you say, oh, it's beautiful, it means that you already lived in the past. So everything you feel in silence, you feel it more. Because somehow I just realized that I speak before I think. Anybody is the same as me? Yeah. What is that? So as I ordained with quite a number of years, and I learned to look at the sunshine on the leaves, look at the rain on the ground, and also the flowers. And I learned how I feel every day. And I hope that one day I don't have to see a psychologist. when you have the practice, you can be a doctor for yourself. The doctor can feel your physical conditions, but for us, each one of us can feel our mental conditions much more than the doctor. So I love this sentence from Thai, that it's, even though that the storm is still coming, but I know that today is a beautiful day. You know, the problem for us nowadays that we just look at the negative things. We don't really remember all the good things around us, because our brain is okay. It's our ancestors to say. We try to survive, and that, you know, fight or flight mode. We try to do that. But even now we have no dangers, no problems, but we're still searching for progress. I usually make a joke with my brother. Say, we are human being, not human doing. You know, because he works a lot. But I know that behind the work he's doing, he has a very strong practice. So last year I went home to take care of my father in a nursing home. He got really sick, and I always walk from my sister's house to the nursing home. It's so close. And I saw this picture. Do you see it in Victoria? That's in Sydney. And I feel so good. You know, there's a time I was driving and there's a policeman checking our speed. But I never seen that on the top of his car, he said that we are checking your speed. So that's when he lets us know that be aware. And when I on my walk to a nursing home, I saw this sign. I said, wow, this is just a great wisdom. I feel so grateful that in Australia they have so many wise signs that people can look at. Anybody really stop and look at the sign here? Or you just go to the crossing road and look any cars coming and then you just go. Even there's the red light. You know, when you go to the red light and there's a red man standing there, but you didn't see any car, but you're still walking. I never seen any country have this kind of sign. That I'm so proud that I live in Australia. I'm very proud to be Australian. And when I look at this sign, I say, wow, just be aware the car is coming. And when I think about it, the car is mean that it's just an object outside of our mind. But what about our feeling? Is it coming? If anybody trigger you by just say something not very kind, that's a car, big car. You can get hit easily without being aware of it. So in the sign say, stop at the line. So when you go and, when you go and they say, oh, stop at the line. So that's the line. And then they say, look and listen. Maybe the car is coming, right? But this one you can know, you can recognize easily. But if somebody says something unkind or not nice to you, they didn't say that, oh, I'm telling you this, be aware. They never do that, right? So how can you be ready for it? So it means stop at the line. It means that you always can be ready and be mindful for every moment in our life. You never know that, somebody's reaction, some words, just look, and it's just, wow, it makes me feel so bad that you got hit already. So, I don't know how to express this sign to you, so that's why I make this PowerPoint. So, whenever you go to the crossing road, remember this. Stop at the line before doing anything. So what it means that every morning, before you got hit by a car, which is your feelings and emotion, your suffering, take a deep breath. The breath is the line there. Take a deep breath and feel ourselves. It's the first thing we do in the morning. The line is checking in your energy, your weather, how it is. Is it our heart big enough to receive stone? But the thing is, in the morning, if you do that, it means that if you know that how much that you can take in today. If you go to work and you know that today you're very fresh, your heart is full of love because you just received a Valentine's present. Maybe not yet. In a few days, your heart feels so much love. It means that, in that moment, you can feel that your heart is just like the river, the water in the river. So in the day, anybody puts salt in it, the water can drinkable. But in the morning, you feel that, oh, my heart is so hard and feel so not happy. So the water is just like in the bowl. And if anybody puts salt in it, it's undrinkable. So that's why stop at the line. That is the time. That's the first thing we do in the morning. This is a way we can balance ourselves, because I know somebody have with me how to keep the balance. That is the first thing you do. You know how balanced it is. You have to know that how much that you can take in that day. If the car hits you, you can survive. The chances to be survived is much more than a train, right? So for me, it's whatever you do, you have to do that. You have to check in how much space in your heart, how fresh you are, and how much energy you have to deal with things in the day. Even though you have to work 8 to 10 hours a day, you have children to take care, you have a husband or wife to deal with. You know, most of the time, at the moment I'm teaching the OI aspirin program with the Asian Sangha, and we talking about the 6th training is about taking care of anger. And most of them have problem with their spouse and partners, and they get angry all the time. And I feel a little bit sad, you know. So it means that, you know, to live in such a way that you know how to live mindfully, you have to check in. That is the first thing in the morning. Can you do that? If you don't do that, it's okay. But you get hit easily, you know. And I got hit a lot of times. Yeah. So that's why I'm very experienced. How hard it is, you know, I get hit a lot. It's like, ooh, okay, I'm back. But the thing is how resilient you are, you know, how you be, okay, you see that this is a thing that you cannot avoid. Problems cannot avoid. It means the cause coming is a normal thing. You have to accept it. You cannot just say that, okay, I just wanted good things on me. It's never happened. But doesn't matter is a flower flowing on your face, or a cool breeze on your face, you know, blowing your face, or a car hits you. That is a known thing. You have to accept it. Whatever it is, that's life. Like today is sunny, yes, tomorrow will be rain, you know. So it's some reality that somehow we cannot accept it. So you get fight with the reality. Is it useful? No. But somehow that, you know, your work is too much, you're overwhelming. Don't you know that the sisters here, that the work is also overwhelming too? So I don't see that we are different from you. You know? You have only a small family. Can you imagine the sister take care of all of you? You know, we struggle, honestly. But I know that we're very lucky people that we have the practice. We know how to handle it. Reality is reality. But we know how to be with it. Not reacting. And we suffer. You know. So it's, I hope that you don't get hit so many times in a day. But you got injured, it's okay. If you get fall, it's okay too. So stand up and walk again. As a strong and wise person. You can turn it off. Just close the screen. You know, just because of that picture, I do my PowerPoint. I like to write on pen, on the board, just like Thai. Even my writing is terrible. So I love that that sign so much. That is how much that I learned from it. And somehow, for us, when you come to learn something new, it means that we should have a fresh mind. I have a friend here who came before. She said that she will come and learn the practice, and then she went to the bookstore. She bought the book, Understand Your Mind. It's the hardest book ever from Thai. You know. And I told her, just let it go. just let our mind to be a blank paper like this. Not like this. Because you know why? Because when you let your mind be fresh, you will not criticize or judge whatever you receive. You say, no, she's talking something wrong. So it's to be a fresh mind. It's very beneficial because you have no expectation. My friend who came to France to be ordained with me 24 years ago, she learned a lot. She learned about Thai and the Plum Village so much, and then when she came to Plum Village with me, she felt so disappointed. There's nothing like from the book that she read at all. Do you read a lot of books from Thai? Do you see here is anything, something like that? And she felt disappointed. And after a month, she left. I was lucky that I knew nothing. Even haven't met Thai at all. And I didn't know anything about Plum Village. But I know that from reading from Thai's chanting book, the daily chanting book, I just realized that this is my teacher. That's all I felt. And when I went to Plum Village with a very empty mind, so everything is so new to me. And the first thing I had is instant noodle from Sister Chun Kong. And it's so good. So I think that without knowing anything in advance, no expectation in advance, I survived. So I hope that you can let your mind be like that too. So that when the sisters say, okay, you make a mindful step, and you make a mindful step, you let your thinking mind away outside, maybe it's another time. And you will feel the practice from do it. And the thing is, I know that the retreat is short, so please treasure each moment that we have together. And the monastery, the ground over there is free. Just take some time and walk along to feel. Sometimes it's so hard to be alone, but try to just be out there by yourself. Sometimes we feel scared that you don't know how to deal with your feelings. your emotions, but give your, allow ourselves to be with it. I think that all of us as monastics, we have to taking care of our emotions a lot, and to know how to be with it, how to feel it first, and how to call the name, his name, and then be with it. It doesn't mean that we don't have problem. We do. You're not alone. And something that two keys, three points that we keep in mind, that spiritual journey is not an easy journey, because it goes against our habit. The way we used to react that way, but now the practice say, just stop at the line and breathe. But somehow the energy, the habit energy, just push you up and move forward. It's like, I want to be silent, but I cannot. That is the energy, is really deep down, and I should push it out. Make us to speak. You don't have control to really stop at the line. So that's why stop at the line is so crucial. Before the car is coming, or no car at all. So you can just be yourself and take a deep breath. So you can, from this retreat, you go home and you can let us know that how many times you got hit from a car. Not the real car, okay? And the thing is that you have to trust yourself. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust your ability to be awake, to be mindful? Somehow we try, at first that is easy because you work with others, you do it for others. When you go home and your spouse or your children say something, and then, wow, your face turns red, right? Have you ever feel your anger in your body without reacting to it? Have you? How does it feel like? Have you ever recognized it in your body? I just share that from when I get angry. Now, at first it has to be unpleasant feeling first before you can call it anger. Right? Anger is not pleasant at all, right? So whenever you have anger, unpleasant feeling that you feel inside, first, your breath is very short. And your chest got blocked here. And your heart's aching. And your hands becomes very strong. You know why? That is ready to fight. If you cannot fight physically, but you fight by mouth, right? So your body accumulates a lot of energy. So take when you feel that, it means that you really start at the line. Feel it. Take that moment long as possible. It means that you have to protect your anger in a safe environment with your mindful breathing. Can you imagine that? Protected with love and safe atmosphere. Does it sound weird? Yeah. It means that when you get angry, anybody get angry? A lot. I do. So you're not alone. When I feel that unpleasant feeling I receive from my ears and my eyes, the energy, you know, like when unpleasant feeling, it has heat. The energy is very hot. You can feel from your face. That's why I say, you know, even though that you don't say or do anything, but don't look at anybody. Because the energy of anger, it will explode from your eyes and can burn people. They can kill people from that look. So make sure that you feel that heat coming up, especially very hot here, and then go out to the face. So unpleasant feelings usually start from the chest. That's why it's so hard to breathe. So that's why the mindful breathing is the very, very good tools for us to cool it down. So that is a stop at the mind, look and listen. That's two steps that you can feel your energy. And you make it flow, circulate it again, you know. Because somehow when you anger, when you have anger, your blood circulates so fast. Your heartbeat really fast and rapid, you know, very fast. So the only thing that you look and listen is mean that you just breathe as much as you can. To let the circulation, the blood circulation, you just go back to normal. And the energy, the heat from your body to cool down. And I know that in the past, I lived in Hue, 2006, when we have a new center. The same time with Sr Monastery, that is dismissed 3 years later. And I was so scared about the policies, people outside. I was so naive person because I never realized that it's, you know, life at that time is so hard. And I didn't know how to take care of myself, so I accumulated a lot of season myself, you know, because if you don't know how to take care of your anger or your depression, or, you know, I felt depressed sometimes, and I was in depression in that time because I didn't know how to deal with it. So I accumulate the bad energy and nervousness inside of me. So it caused a lot of stuckness in my body. So I had to go to see doctors, to see you. But lucky that I didn't see a psychologist. So it means that our body the same. But the thing is, how to deal with it, that's the different. So that's why when we have anger or, you know, grief or something unpleasant, you have to feel your body first. You have to stop, listen, and look carefully, just like the sign. And it said that wait until it is safe to cross. You know, from stop and wait, it is a process. It's a stopping process. You know how to know that, okay, I stop at the line. And I know, I listen and look that I feel the energy, heart energy in my body. And it's so hard to breathe, and I want to fight. I want to talk back. I want to fight for the fairness. So that process is still waiting until it's safe. And the process, when it is safe, it means that your face cool, your heart breathes normally, and your chest just flowing normally. That's it. It sounds easy? Does it sound easy? No. So that's why the journey, spiritual journey, is not an easy journey. But it doesn't mean that you cannot do it. So that's the second point. Do you trust yourself? You have to trust it. In the 5 powers that the Buddha taught us, the first one is faith, is trust. It trust in yourself and trust in the practice. And somehow it's not only, if you keep the anger or unpleasant feelings so much in you, you mess up with your digestion system. You cannot digest food. And there was a time in the wartime, Thầy got digestion problems because he received so much pain and suffering from the war. And he didn't know how to deal with it. But he knows that he wants to do something. He wants to bring peace to people. So it means that he accumulated suffering from outside. But later his body get better and better. But in the wartime, his health really bad. But he didn't mind. He know that that's just normal things. When you accumulate too much suffering from outside, and you cannot digest, it will disturb your stomach, your intestine. He cannot sleep. Sometimes he told me that, I slept only 2 hours every night. But he worked a lot. I worked for others' well-being and happiness. So that's why when we feel hopeless, we want to do something, but it's out of our hand, it's stuck in our stomach. So that's why when you're angry, you destroy your liver and your stomach. Your worries, you destroy your stomach. So it's that's how the mind affects the body. So when I worry a lot, I cannot sleep, and I cannot digest the food that I took in. So whenever you feel that, okay, I have stomachache, first thing before you buy the medicine or take medicine, check in your mind. What are you expecting? What are you waiting for? You're waiting for somebody to respond or do the way that you want to. But you didn't get it. So it's so much things happening like that every day. And I have a friend working in the emergency department in the hospital. She's a doctor. Even though she's a very happy person, but every day she receives, why you let me wait so long? That's the question. repeat every day, so many times in emergency department. How long do I have to wait? And why you don't heal me, don't cure me, you know? So that repeating questions, you know, take away a lot of her energy, because she cannot do anything about it. You know? So whenever you go to emergency department, please understand. But she knows that people, she realized people's needs, and suffering, pain in that time. So there's a story that there's a doctor who was at home, and they got a call from the hospital, so he has to rush into the hospital and have a surgery for a young boy. And the boy's father complaining, "Why you came too late? Do you know that my son in danger?" And the doctor is so nice, said, "Okay, we will try our best." And then after surgery, everything, the operation was successful. And the doctors just left. Even the fathers keep asking, they said, "How's my son?" But the doctor didn't answer. So he got really angry, the father. But after the doctor left the hospital, the nurse came to the father saying, "Do you know that his son got an car accident, and died yesterday? So he has to go home and take care of his son." So it's from that story you see that how much that you know, you cannot judge things from outside. You have to feel it much more. So the fathers feel so sorry. But his son saved. So somehow it's we really not really stop and look and listen carefully too much. We just feel ourselves so much without listening to others. So the practice here is we need to listen to ourselves deeply, but also to surrounding also. And I know that I'm still a very bad practitioner. I still get angry and irritated and have bad behavior. Do you believe it? Just trust it. And somehow, you know, like the attitude that for me when I learned the practice is when our teachers say that the way out is in. Have you heard about this? Talk about it? Yeah. Why is that way out is in, you know? Why is that? So the attitude to the practice, whenever you learn the practice, when you listen to it, it's good that you have a question. Why and how, just like children. And what, and where, and how, and you know. So when you learn about that sentence, just like today, I'm not dreaming. Today is a really beautiful day. Is it? How does it feel like? When I want to get out of my anger or my hard situation, I learned that you have to look inside. And usually we learn that in Buddhist psychology, we all have all kinds of seeds. Can you touch the seeds in your head? Oh. I say like everybody get seeds of anger. Do you trust? Do you believe it? Yes. Yeah. But we also have seeds of love, seeds of forgiveness, seeds of compassion. And you know that the seeds of anger this kind of seeds called in the Buddhist psychology. That's you have it innate. It means that you really have it. And then you got transmitted from your parents. And it can be trained or accumulated when you are in the belly, in the womb of the mother. Correct? In childhood. And then friends, family, school, society. So we have all kinds of seeds in us. And the seeds can come from that you have, just like a person who played a very good piano. Just like Thai, I took a temple of Thai, that he learned a lot of sutras. So next life, if he's reborn, when he just learned the sutra once and he just remembered quickly, because he already learned before. And the seeds can be transmitted from his parents. All of us have a seeds from DNA from our parents. Yeah. And in the mother's womb, when a lady have a baby in her belly, so the mother eats for the baby, breathes for the baby. So whenever the mother smoke or drink, the babies do the same. Or the mother get angry all the time. When the mother, sad all the time. When the babies come out, the baby's face looks so sad. It's not a happy child. Because the baby is really affected, influenced from the mothers when she's still in the womb, in the belly. And in a childhood, if you have a trauma in childhood, it's so hard. It's so hard to transform. Anybody I know that somebody here is a psychologist, you know that when some people have trauma in childhood, it's so hard to transform. Just like when you're a child, the brain of the baby is so fresh, and so whatever she or he saw or accumulated in the childhood, received from the childhood, that baby will carry that suffering, trauma throughout her life. And friends, you can see it from your children, right? So your children live with their friends more than the parents. family. If we have domestic violence in the family, the children, we have that seed of violence in us. If we live in a loving environment in a family, the child will be different. And the school and the society. So you cannot say that person, why is that person like that? You have to look and listen to see that all that is from this. So when you want to know the root of your anger or your suffering, you have to look back to see that where it's come from. So if you have the circle of friends not very nice, it will water bad season up. So that's why when and if a child have a very happy childhood, she can let go of things easy. Because the seeds of anger and violence in her is so small. So instead of, she has a big seeds of love, caring, forgive, much more. So it's you cannot see on the surface only. You have to really feel it. And whenever I see my mother, I see myself. Do you ever see that in you? If you complain your mother this and that, please stop at the line and look and listen again. And somehow in our life, we're searching for something else outside of us, and we don't see the happiness really true in us. So there's a blind man who came to his friends for a party, and he keeps chatting, and he forgot the time, and the sky is getting dark. And his friend said that, I will lend you a lamp so you can see the way home. And the blind man said, come on, I'm blind. How can why do I need that lamp? And his friend said that, oh, if you carry a lamp, so even you don't see, but others can see you so they can avoid, hit you. And the blind man is so happy to took the lamp. And you know what? He usually when he comes to his friends, he uses a stick and really be conscious of where he goes, But his friends say that you just carry the lamp and everybody will see you, so they don't hit you. And he trusted. So he just go without, really be aware of where he's going. And then at the end, somewhere on the road, he got hit by a person. So be curious. It means that you know that, oh, if I just calm my mind, if I make a mindful step, can I over my anger? Don't be afraid. Get hit up again. It's okay. It's not an easy journey. So most of the time that we get caught in our views a lot, especially professionals. This has to be that way. But life's not. So that's why you need courageous to let go of what you received before. So you need to be gentle. Are you gentle to yourself when you're angry? Be compassionate. All these things, what I mean that you protect your anger, your emotion in a safe environment. So we need to take that in heart. In a safe environment, even you're angry. Be friend, be gentle, be compassionate. Because the way you speak out when you're angry, you damage. You damage your heart, you damage the relationship. But it's hard. And you have to know, be curious. If I don't speak when I'm angry, what will happen? You take it down. That is so good. When the storm passed, oh, I'm happy that I didn't say anything. People feel regret when they spoke. But they never regret when they keep silent. But it's so hard for a talkative person like me. You know, it's a big challenge. And for a quiet person, it's that fine. Mia. So that's, I'm so happy that I just realized that I need to protect my emotion in a safe and loving environment. Maybe you never heard before, but this is a real experience. How you protect yourself. Don't let your heart stuck with a little things. Your heart has a big capacity to embrace and love a lot. And forgive. The thing is, safe and loving environment, it has to be. You have capacity to forgive. Forgive and let the past go. You know why we still suffer of the past? Because we remember the past. We put our emotion and feelings to it. It becomes present. We have so many things in the past, but why we still okay with it? Because we don't put the feelings in. You don't have to trust me. Just do it yourself. When I remember of my mom, I remember what she did, and I put my feelings to the mothering action that she did to me. I feel so warm. So that experience becomes present. When you get hurt from somebody, you just listen to the name of that person. Why your face so hot? It's because of the feeling. of the present. So even though that you say, oh, I forgive her, then you have to check again. When you think of that person who you think that is the cause of your suffering, you call her name or his name, visualize his face in front of you, and check your energy. And you know that you forgive or not. If you really say in your head only, I'm sure that when you think of that person, you feel hot. Anger has hot temperature. So it means that you need to wait until it's safe. It's safe is mean that you have the connection again. But it doesn't mean that, this is all the process, all the work that we've done in order to see the sunshine out there. You can see that you're not be carried away by the past. You recognize what happened, but it doesn't stop you to enjoy the present moment. When you learn that life is only available in the present moment or in the here and now, check it out. Can you sit still to enjoy the leaves swaying, or the sunshine on the leaves, or the kangaroos? Maybe too crowded, they disappear. But you can see, this morning, when during the time of sitting, you heard the kookaburra. How do you feel? Very safe environment. Only you have a calm mind and a free heart, you can feel it much more. So, I think that we be open for the new experience. So it's whatever happened is already happened. You're not a dreamer, and you're not the the person of the past, right? So the practice, the teachings really bring you back to the present moment. Even though we still carry on whatever happened before, but you know how to put them in a loving environment with this kind of attitude. And we love that. When you do, it gives you so much energy, and you gain a lot of, stronger faith in practice, in yourself. So that Buddha say, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe what I teach you. You have to come and realize yourself. So you have to trust in yourself, because there's awakened nature in yourself. And stop. And the last line of the sign, he say, walk and keep looking and listening. That is our daily life. After we check in, we know that we're ready and it's safe, but we still be aware. That's a practice. That's why I love the practice. That's why I love the path. And when in this retreat, you give me so much
so much encouragement. Because I realized how so many people, you know, try to live their life in a meaningful way. Try to get to know and practice the Dharma. And we all the same path. It gives me so much joy. Even though we have to carry a lot of things in us. But it doesn't stop us to love, to forgive, and to let go. So I learned 4 lines from an American brain coach. His name is Jim Quick. Do you heard of him? He's a very interesting man. He offered 4 advices that for everyone, just look at it and start your journey in 2023. Which is the first one? Do something more of. The second one, do something less of. The third one, start to do something. Start doing something. And the fourth one is stop doing something. So to start our new year, what do you want to do more? What do you want to do less? Sleep less or eat less fat food? Or less smoking or drinking? Or do something more? It means you love more, caring more, be patient more. And start to do sitting meditation. Start to follow our breathing whenever we can or whenever we remember. And start doing something. It means stop complaining. Something like that. It depends on each of us. What do you want to do for this year? Everybody have resolution to do. This is what you want to do for this year. Usually, I don't make the aspiration for the whole year. I make resolution every day. That today, so this guy named Jim That's his name. So this is just like homework for you. What do you want to do more? What do you want to do less? Or what do you want to start from now? What do you want to start? I say that, I vow to myself that I will stop complaining. That is the effort for me. So you know that every one of us is the same. Don't think that we're different. We have all kinds of seeds. But the difference is how diligent we are. If you make a vow or inspire yourself every day to do something new, so you start doing something. So it's an open, I see it's homework for everybody. Think about it, and we can share in the Dharma sharing today. And I see that in the past, in the Buddha's time, the lower caste of people in India cannot be ordained, can be just slave. So the Buddha said that when they practice, it depends on the caste of the person. It depends on how diligent they are. That make the difference. So I hope that every one of us, for me, that when I look at the world right now, the war between Russia and Ukraine war, and earthquake and storm. We're still here in a very safe environment. Just think about it. Do you give rise to a feeling of happiness? That's your practice. You have meals every day. Do you feel you're great? You happy? You're lucky you have that. So the practice is so, very open out there and it's free to take. So I hope that we practice together. I really like that we can do together. Sometimes I feel so lazy, but I have you to take my hand and walk together. And when you feel lazy, the sister will take your hands. And I think that we can do together. So life is so impermanent. Everybody says life is so impermanent, but you never feel that way. You just feel like everything is so permanent. That is my mind. That is my view. That is my ideas. But when you're in a rubble after the earthquake, you still have that, or you're waiting for somebody to save you, dug you out from the rubble, just like the baby. The baby is so lucky. So I hope that everybody. Whenever you cross the road, You remember me. But I know that I still see that my journey is still very long. I've been struggling a lot. How to be with my emotions a lot. And how to love properly. That is a big challenge. How to care properly. And when you have so many challenges, the best way is just take a walk. You know, don't think about it. I just realized that we have so much input in a day. So that's why we need to check in the first moment of the day to see how much that we can take in. And how much that you can give up. You know. So you still maintain your freshness like a flower. And also take care of yourself. That I'm not a very skillful person. I have seeds of anger from my father, but I cannot blame him. But I know that it's there. So I'm lucky that I have the practice to feel my energy, to feel the anger, so I can protect it better. And I know that everybody wants to have a happy life, a peaceful. You still can do it. So today and tomorrow, if you can enjoy a little happiness around. So today is really a beautiful day. You know, sometimes that our loved ones still are available for us, but we still confirm why she's like that, why she's like this. But when she passes away, you feel sad. So that's why today is today. Enjoy it. So thank you so much for your listening. We have a song. And I know that everybody can do it. We have a song that we can, everybody will know the melody. And my sister and I will show you. Sr Luong Nghiem. I met her in France with her mother, and I was her first mentor. When she's still an aspirant, and now she's a big girl now. I don't think she needs my guidance, you know. But I'm glad that we keep the connection, and I know that everybody has to grow up anyway. And she is very, I say she's a singer. She loves to sing, and she plays piano very well. So this morning we wanted to practice a song You know the melody of Vegemite song? Yeah. Okay, can we sing together? Yeah. Okay.
So we'll do it slowly first, and then we'll sing it a few times, and hope everybody will catch up with us. So I also want to say thank you to Shuko for being very patient and courageous in taking us on as her mentees. I remember she tried to show us to touch the earth 108 times to the Buddha just before ordination, and the next day none of us could walk up the stairs. One of the few memories of her meditation. Definitely courageous, but not transmitted. Okay, so we're happy little bit. Okay, so we're going to sing together. Okay. We're happy little Sangha friends, as fresh as we can be. We all love waking up early for sitting and for tea. Our teacher says that we are going deeper every day because we love to meditate, we love to let go of our pain. It puts a smile in every step. Can we do it again? We're happy little Sangha friends, as fresh as we can be. We all love waking up early for sitting and for tea. Our teacher says that we are going deeper every day because we love to meditate, we love to let go of our pain. It puts a smile in every step.
This is very noisy, right? Okay, so now we return to our breathing. And if you want to remember this song, just come to her. And we listen to 3 sounds of bell together. Do you have any announcement? I think for the private consultation, the sister taking your name and arrange it. So if you can look at the board over there to see what time and location, just go in here and see. Okay? And see your name, and the sister or brothers will be there for you. Thank you.
Ăn cơm xong rồi không vào được.
At 2. So after lunch, we will silently queue up when you hear the sound of the bell invited outside. We have 2 tables, so we queue up in silence and follow our breathing to enjoy the silence. And then we take our food and sit down and wait for others And the sisters will invite the bell and read the 5 contemplations. And we sit, enjoy our food. We're lucky we have food to eat. And we have a very nice friend from Melbourne come here and cook for us. So they free the sisters so we can be with you more. In the past, the sisters had to cook also. So thanks to them. So we have a lovely food to eat just at lunch today. And then the sister will invite 2 sounds of the bell again. So if you're too hungry, you can have a second serve. Or you just go down to the mini-go, the washing up your bowls. And remember, past washing team is number 2. Taking care for lunch. And the total relaxation will be 2 o'clock in this hall. In the working time, as we also have private consultation, the bookshop opened, so you can choose. Okay, thank you.